What's good, everybody? It's Cardstocks, and I'm here with the first video of the 2022 National season for you guys. Today we're going to look at my player pyramid for the National this year, and I'm going to explain why I chose each of these players to hunt for in these bargain bins. So let's get right into it. So we're going to start off in the top tier, and most of these are pretty self-explanatory, so I'll be pretty quick with them. Starting off with LeBron James, obviously one of the greatest players of all time. Making another season comeback here on the Lakers. So one of my best-selling players. So definitely adding him to the list, along with Luka Doncic and Giannis Antetokounmpo as well. Two other great guys that sell a lot for me. Perennial MVP candidates. So always nice to pick them up, especially in the bargain bins. And then Kobe Bryant, who is one of the best-selling players on the market, so definitely looking for anything I can pick up of him for low value. We got four more guys in the top tier here, starting off with Kevin Durant. Lots of rumors around Kevin Durant, where he might be traded, if he's going to be traded from the Nets. Definitely a guy who's going to be in the headlines a lot this season. Going to be picking up a lot of him. Michael Jordan, of course, the GOAT. Is there anything that needs to be said? Steph Curry, coming off a championship season. Very well, Warriors could do it again. So definitely looking to pick him up. And last on the list is Ja Morant. Surprisingly enough, my best-selling player of all NBA players. And given he has so many cards produced in 2019 and 2020, it's pretty easy to find some value singles of him. Alright, now we're moving into the mid-tier. We're going to have a little bit more explanation on each player here. We're starting off with Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat, one of the best young players in the league. Chance that KD could go to Miami, that's been a rumor. He's had a lot of great rookies in 2017. The Prestige is the one that I find the easiest to come across. Lots of value there. Especially in his second and third year cards. People don't seem to gravitate to those very much, but next up, Mikhail Bridges. He was in the 2021 finals with the Suns. He's first team all defense last year. Great defensive player, really high efficiency. One of the better young prospects in the league. Crazy efficiency in his rookie year. Pretty low value rookies, so we'll be trying to find some of those. And last, Deandre Ayton, who has been in a lot of trade rumors recently as well. Also played for the Suns in the 21 finals. Crazy offensive and rebounding efficiency, but he hasn't quite reached his prime yet. He's going to stay put in Phoenix for what looks to be 4 more years. Hopefully they can turn him into a superstar from a first overall pick. The next 3 players on the list might not necessarily be all-star caliber anytime soon, but are still great value for the players that they are. First being Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin on the Knicks. He had some increased efficiency late in the 2022 season. Knicks are starting to rebuild, but it looks like they're going to be keeping him around and trying to pin him as the starting center for the team. So look for him to get more minutes and more efficiency in the next season. Next up, another Knick in Jalen Brunson, just signed away from the Mavericks to New York. He's a pretty great value guard. Should be fun to see how he plays this season for New York, and especially if they end up getting Donovan Mitchell, seeing that tandem in action. Robert Williams III was one of the premier players for the Boston Celtics last year. Great defensive player, had a great outing in the 2022 finals. He's very high energy, and of course, his cards very low value. Going to be picking up as much of him as possible as he looks to make some defensive teams, and hopefully the Celtics getting back to the finals again. Next up, a potential all-star guard, Gilges Alexander from the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is one of the most skilled young guards in the entire NBA. He's got an extremely high offensive efficiency, and with the Thunder bringing all these new draft picks in, including Chet Holmgren, there's only more room for potential growth for Shai. So Darius Garland is an all-star guard, got his first all-star pick in 2022 last season. Another guy with really high offensive production, great passer, great dribbler, great scorer inside and out, and of course a very low-value player. You can find a lot of his rookies from 2019 for quarters or less, so going to be picking up a ton of him. And Dejante Murray, a just recently traded player now on the Atlanta Hawks, last season averaged 21, 8, and 9. Extreme efficiency. That's just crazy. On both ends of the ball, one of the best defensive guards in the league as well. He was an all-star last year, and now on a new team with Trae Young. One can only wait and see what that tandem has in store for us next season. And last three in our mid-tier, starting off with Rui Hachimora. Picked him because he's got a huge overseas fan base in Japan. One of only a couple Japanese players to make it to the NBA. He gets very limited playing time for the Wizards, but that looks to change next season. So hopefully with more minutes, we see more production from him and a couple more headlines. Jeremy Grant is another player we're looking for, just traded to the Portland Trail Blazers to team up with Damian Lillard. Chose him because 2014 rookies of Jeremy Grant are very hard to come by. A short-printed rookie that year. Nobody really anticipated that he'd have much of an impact on the NBA, but look at him now. And last mid-tier player is Matisse Thybulle, a very high efficiency defensive talent for the Philadelphia 76ers. Great wing player, both ends of the floor, shoots the ball well and plays good defense, so that's very valuable in the NBA. He'll look to stay in the league for quite a long time, I'm sure. All right, our final tier here, we'll start off with Blake Griffin, 13-year NBA vet, 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, and a 2009 rookie class, which puts him with Steph Curry, making his rookies a little harder to come by. Slowing down a little bit. Maybe he's retiring soon. That'll bring a big boost to his values, at least for the short term. Next up is 2017 rookie Jonathan Isaac for the Orlando Magic. Great defensive player and a great young talent. Had a early season-ending injury, and he hasn't seen the floor since, I think, 2019, so it'll be exciting to see him come back to the team if he does this upcoming season. Jared Vanderbilt, freshly traded from the Minnesota Timberwolves to the Utah Jazz, an amazing rebounder and defensive player, one of the best young ones in the league. Look to him to make a big splash this season for his new team. Last up here, Kyle Kuzma, now on the Washington Wizards, has been seeing some of our most sales on our pages lately, putting up some crazy stat lines, including some fantastic triple-doubles for the Wizards. Hopefully he sees some even more increased production next season. One of the longest tenured NBA veterans, Dwight Howard, is going into his 19th season in the NBA. Definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer in the future, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. His retirement tour will be something special, so definitely want to stock up before that gets announced. And of course, the three other on this diagram here, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, all 2022 NBA champions with the Golden State Warriors. Of course, all of their values will go up just for that fact, and as they look to make another run next year, who knows where those potential values may end up. Next up, in the same vein as Rui Hachimura, we have Yuta Tabuse, Zhou Qi, and Yi Jianlian, 3 players, NBA veterans with huge overseas followings and giant hobby followings as well. We'll be looking to pick up any value cards of them, as they always sell very well. And Udonis Haslem, the longest tenured Miami Heat player in NBA history, going into, as announced, his 20th season with the team. He's a 3-time NBA champion. This looks to be officially his final season with the Miami Heat, hitting that 2-decade milestone. His retirement tour will be very fun to watch. During his playing career, during his retirement, and following his time in the NBA, Dwyane Wade has been one of my highest selling players. Definitely going to be picking up any card of his I can find. Another 2003 draft class member, Carmelo Anthony, going into another season in the NBA, a future Hall of Famer, most definitely, 10-time All-Star. And of course, his retirement tour will be probably the biggest since Dirk and Kobe and KG. Allen Iverson, another player with tons of sales on our page, and not to mention loads and loads of cards across all value ranges, so we'll be picking up everything we can find of AI. And last but certainly not least, another 2014 rookie that is short printed just like Jeremy Grant, Christian Wood. Just traded to the Dallas Mavericks, will be teaming up with Luka Doncic, looking to have another great season following a breakout time with the Pistons. And that will complete our 2022 National Sports Card Convention player pyramid for the NBA. Guys, if you think I missed a player that should have been on this list, or you just want to tell me who you'll be picking up at Nationals, please comment below. I'd love to see some feedback from you guys and check out what you'll be buying. So tune in 2 weeks away, and we will be heading to Nationals and getting you guys some amazing content. So stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like and comment, and I appreciate you guys. See you later.